Hello guys, how are you today? Happy Sunday morning, beautiful day again. Um, I had one of my new subscribers ask a question about what it's like to be, would it be where to go and what it's like to be a woman expat here in the Philippines or an expat couple here in the Philippines. And it got me thinking, it's a pretty good idea for a video to try to explain my experience, as an expat. Um, but I'm obviously married. So for the one that's not married coming over here, I can understand why you would have a lot of questions. Now, this particular sub of mine had asked the question about how do I avoid the skin tax over there? And which is a very good question because if you're over here, you're an expat and you're on your own, don't know anybody, you're going to be a target. That's just the bottom line, it's the way it is. And my suggestion is when you come over here, pick an area that has a lot of expats, try to meet some people, meet some good local people, because they will be your best ticket. If you meet some good local Filipinos, they will help you around. They'll tell you where to go, what you should do, what you should not do. And the other suggestion I would have is go to a place where they have fixed pricing to start out with. Just kind of stay away from the markets. I mean, you may get a little bit overcharged, but it won't be a drastic amount of money. But until you get familiar with your surroundings, I would do that. As far as expat couples go, I've seen a few. I don't know anybody personally as far as expats go, couples, but I've seen them around. I've seen them in the malls and out and about. I don't know if they live here or if they are just on vacation. So if any of you guys out there know of any single expats or expat couples, let me know if you've had come across them and how they adjust. Because I think it's a really good question for, you know, coming from my subscriber, thinking about coming over here. So any information would be great and it'd be a big help. Now, if you come over here, one of the places that's most popular if you're gonna go to Manila is BGC. BGC is an expensive part of Manila, okay? It's roughly $2,000 to $3,000 a month to live there. But it's high end, it's very nice, it's well kept. There's a lot of options there. You got good places to shop, but you're gonna pay more money. So, I would suggest going there to check it out. Would I live there? No, I wouldn't personally. I don't like the city. I don't like Manila. You've got the traffic's an issue, the pollution's an issue. I think there's like 10 million people in Manila, and it doesn't interest me at all. But we do go up there and we visit her family, and I do enjoy visiting. And when we do, we go to the BGC. Okay. If the best scenario, if you're from like America and you come to the Philippines, if you have if you work online and you're getting paid American wages, by all means go to BGC. You're making good money. You can afford to live there. Right now, condominiums are really cheap up there. They have a way overabundance of condos, so you can get a condo pretty cheap in Manila right now. So I would suggest looking at that. There's a lot of nice places to stay, nice hotels, depending on your budget. Look around. But yeah, that's an option for expats, depending on what you're looking for. Now my option and where I live is right here in Bacong, but Dumaguete City is like 5 miles from here. And I highly recommend anybody wanting to come over here for the first time to come to Dumaguete. Number one, there's a lot of expats. You're gonna find your group, you're gonna fit in until you become familiar. Once you become familiar with your surroundings, you can branch out. You're gonna meet some Filipinos. Like I said, once you meet them, they're gonna help you. They're gonna guide you around. That's what happened to me when I first came here. And and that was a big help. And plus, Dumaguete, it's a large city. As of 2024, the population was 142,000. And Dumaguete is a small city land-wise. It's not very big. The cost of living here depends on what you want to spend, but it averages anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 US a month. Okay, but if you can go rent a house for 700 US. It depends on what you want. If you want a simple place, a nice conservative way of living, you can easily live for around 1,200 and under. Okay. You can spend a lot of money here too, but it depends on what you want. But the average cost of living here to live is between 1,000 and 1,500, which is one of the lowest as far as cities go here in the Philippines. And the population's very friendly. Dumaguete got voted the #1 friendliest city in the Philippines last year. So that should tell you everything you need to know. So I would, for that reason alone, you can come here and feel safe. You don't have to worry about not going out at night, things like that. Traffic's become an issue here. It's changed a lot. When I came here my first time in 2001, nobody had cars. Nobody owned cars. Everybody had motorbikes and they used public transportation. But now everybody's got a vehicle. The bikes are crazy. It took us 40 minutes to get from Dumaguete to home yesterday, and it's 5 miles. Okay, yeah, it was nuts. I was like, what are we doing? There's certain times you don't want to go down there, and usually it's Friday afternoon, and then Saturday night. Okay, I don't stay away from Dumaguete. I don't go down here if I have to. I avoid it. I'm not a city guy. Never have been. So I get the best of all worlds. I live outside the city, but I have access to everything there. There's a lot of retired people that live here. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of retired expats like myself in the mall. They come here because of the cost of living and because it's a good, friendly city. What else? Let me see if I missed anything. Oh yeah, there's a lot of expat hangouts, and that's where you're going to meet people at the coffee shop. You'll meet them at the mall. I've met people at the mall. The surrounding area, one of my favorite places to go is up in Valencia. Every Sunday they have their market where they sell all their produce and foods and stuff. And I met some people up there. So yeah, get out and about, go to the local hangouts, coffee shops, things like that, whatever you're comfortable with. I would stay away from the bars because usually it's not the place to meet people. I'm not saying don't go, but if you want to meet people, probably the coffee shop or even the mall. I quite often, if I see an expat in the mall, I'll go up and say, hi, how are you? But I'll introduce myself. And I've met a lot of people that way. So I would suggest doing that. But yeah, Dumaguete's the place to go if you're wondering where to travel to. It's got so many good points here. And like I said, the biggest problem is traffic here now. And that's not going away. It's probably going to get worse. Although they are in the process of putting street lights throughout the city. We'll see how that works out. So I think that's about it. Please comment, please subscribe, hit the like button, and give me your feedback on what you think about living over here as an expat. I'd really appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.